Hello, once again, I am back playing The Outer Worlds. As I'm still figuring out who murdered Halcyon Helen. Still got a few clues where else I should look. The profit of probability. Oh hey, there's a bar in here. Or a lounge. Can I pickpocket a robot? No. I think I'll look here for a bit more clues. As I figured out in a video to prep me up for, what was it? Supernova. This is cheese. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Is that a soda? Apparently there's a flaw where you, about where you drink too much sodas. Huh. Ooh. A revolver MK3. I think I'd prefer to find that out there. Yeah.
With Halcyon.
Well, I got 2 leads to follow, so might as well take a look around them. Apparently I botched my job because I didn't pay attention to which chemicals I was mixing. So I can't really redo that again. I did try, in fact. Didn't work. Alright. Well, I found a prophet of probability, so that's one lead. The other lead is Rizzo's lab. Or INDD lab. I think because this DLC's world is so big, that buffers quite a lot. Or it just loads to it a lot. I'm going the right way. Right way over there. Ow. Maybe half a frame. Even here, that's a big fall. What's my reputation with Slug? Not too bad. And hopefully it stays that way. My reputation with Rizzo's. Rizzo's is responsible for filling colonies' digestive system with artificial ingredients. They specialize in snacks, drinks, and minerally nutritious, mildly satisfying crap known as purpleberry. Space's choice. Alright. Rizzo's Spectrum.
Gosh, it's actually kind of cheerful. Almost makes you forget they're probably hiding a terrible secret in there.
Probably. And that secret I am interested in. But first, my inspection comes first. I'm supposed to go there. And that would also mean I have to go... Wait, how do I get over there? Looks like there's a bridge over there. Yeah, that's an actual bridge. I wasn't just following a... I wasn't just following a chain. I'm gonna guess there's probably a way to break in. So I might as well take that look. Because with corporations like this, there always seems to be something bigger than expected. What? Ah, that explains it. So my lock picking skill. Wait. Hold on a sec. Why the hell did I not change? Stored low pressure helmet. Hello? Search on that side. So there's definitely something going on in there. I'm here for inspection. There is something going on in here, huh? Especially with creepy ass music like that. Elsie and Helen. Wish I could review my evidence, though I don't think I can do that. .7 shoe size. She wrote a B about probably the product or the name. Then there's a confession about with Black Hole Bertle about him being sorry about his dead wife. Which, if he's innocent, why the hell would he do that? It'll both mislead me and give me damning piece of evidence. But there's gotta be more to the story here. Whoa!
Valued patrons, to our splendiferous source of spectacular spirits and sweets, Rizzo's is committed to bringing joy and happiness to our colony. Feel free to browse the various displays in front of you.
Retro Rockets.
And the wonderful products we provide.
They're so
What?
polite. Almost makes you forget they're trying to kill us all.
What the hell's that? Is that a gun? Spectrum Brown, huh?
I see you've stumbled upon a little peek into our distillery.
You could say that.
These tanks are hard at work brewing the wonderful Rizzo's beverages you know and love, along with exciting new flavors like Rizzo's Spectrum Brown.
There ain't nothing at all exciting about Rizzo's Spectrum Brown.
So, is Spectrum Brown just a color differentiation? Gelatinous. I remember it was something about carbohydrates. Melt Mr. Acid. Well, that's worth a try.
Now that you've seen behind the scenes, I bet you're pretty thirsty. Well, not to worry. We have every flavor of Spectrum available to delight your palate. Please note that tour guests are limited to a maximum of 3 different Rizzo's flavor samples. All beverages must be consumed on the premises. Rizzo's is not responsible for gastronomic distress, mild hallucination, or damage to your sense of taste.
You can have my samples, Captain. I'm gonna pass on the mild hallucinations.
Well, I'm gonna sell those mild hallucinations. Whoa, what the hell? Are all these seriously flavors? Unbreakable glass. That's some heavy chemical shit right there.
Thank you greatly for stopping by. On behalf of Rizzo, I hope you enjoyed viewing a small part of our facility.
Wait. Hello.
Welcome to Rizzo's Distillation Station.
Oh, fuck, you
where
have
we
one of them.
process Scented rocket fuel, bubbly beverages, and spirits that'll make you smile, all in the same system of pipes. The top level of the distillery is available to all guests for the purpose of sightseeing and novelty product purchasing. However, it saddens me to inform you that due to classified reasons, we are currently under a state of emergency. As such, we are offering a total of 0 lower-level tours at this time.
If this emergency had something to do with Helen's murder, that's why I'm here.
Yes, that is not what I meant.
I think you mean no in that case.
Yes, you are almost right, but not quite correct.
What
The
the
word
fuck?
no contains such a negative connotation. As such, I have endeavored to replace it with happier words in my vocabulary.
Fuck
See?
off. Okay then, so did you kill Halcyon Helen?
Yes, I didn't. I can confidently confirm that the last time I saw Miss Helen, she was alive and well and touring the distillation station. That was before we entered a classified state of emergency.
So you killed him, huh? So can I get to the lower levels of the distillation station or not?
Yes, but not at this time. Access has been barred to all non-essential level workers.
Check my status. I'm the special investigator on that
Wow,
case.
so you are. Gosh, can I get an autograph?
No.
I'll put it on my desk right next to the one I got from Black Hole Birdie. He's so smart and strong, or, well, at least he's very strong. Oh, and I must forget to inform you, Inspector, you are still not authorized to enter the lower levels at this time. Please contact
Fuck's
Administrator Ludovico if you feel this decision has been made in error. On the
Tour?
upper floors of the facility, we are proud to offer investors and celebrities alike a pristine tour area for experiencing all that the distillation station has to offer Iridanos. Tours are entirely self-guided, so feel free to try one. Simply head through the doors behind me and frolic in the sweet bliss of Rizzo's psychedelic sugar-fueled paradise. Once you've reached the tasting room, your tour will have completed. And remember, for your safety, guests are advised not to stray from the approved tour path.
Let me guess, you have 3 tour options: Premium, Premium Plus, and Gold Ticket.
Wowee, your deductive skills sure are exceptional. According to my records, we're currently sold out of all Premium and Premium Plus passes.
So Gold Ticket.
Also, golden ticket sales are suspended for the time being due to...
If you dial Ludo, I'm sure he'll tell you to let me in. I'm part of the family, so...
I would be most happy to accommodate your request, were I able to, but I would need a clearance level of Spectrum Violet or higher to contact the administrator himself.
The fuck? Boo!
Stop! Please, I beg you! I hate sad people! No! My head! It hurts!
Boo!
I need room temperature guzzle of the triple distilled deliciousness of Spectra Vodka Brown. Soon. Yes, very soon.
What the hell?
Everything is rainbows here. Yes, indeed.
I think she's seeing rainbows right now. I have a question for you. Questions of a criminal nature.
Oh my, but I've endeavored to follow every contractual clause and law to the letter for my entire life. Correction, for the purposes of honesty, I've endeavored to follow every contractual clause and law to the letter since my morale treatment in the RR&DD lab several weeks ago.
What were you like before your treatment?
Thinking on such a time makes me unhappy. As such, I avoid doing so at all costs.
Let me guess, after your treatment, your whole outlook on life changed.
Yes, that's right. The way I see the world, it's so pretty now. All sparkling and prismatic. I'll do anything to protect this precious gift Rizzo's has given me. Understand?
Technically, Endeavor 2 does not mean you are successful.
Technically, you are correct. I am ultimately a flawed being, as are all humans. But now, I'm a happier being, flaws and all.
So this was from treatment, so someone's purposely putting those slugs into them, making them overly happy.
Wonderful! I am so very pleased that I could aid you with your criminal questioning.
That explains the psychotic happiness. Because that's just not normal. Well, I got drinks to sell. And goddamn, I'm not keeping them. Spectrum Black. That's one hell of a resale value. I'm no alcoholic. Lower floor levels. Probably died from that fall. Well, I got more than I expected from my investigation here. With this, this'll definitely help. So there's more going on here than Halcyon Helen. Got some madman putting parasite slugs into people, making them overly happy. Probably Rizzo's. You know their motto. Joy, joy, joy. You know what? Wait. If it was a treatment, then it has to be from Rizzo's. Everything's there. Here it is. Excuse me? Close off, huh? Any carbohydrates in here? A5 2.0. Grenade launcher paid. Rake claw? Claw rake.
We'll need to find another way in, I suspect.
No way in, you say? Huh. Interesting. Evan, remember cards tonight. If you don't show, I'll set reptiles loose. Huh. Some fucker let out Raptidons just cause he didn't play cards, huh? I'm kidding, but don't forget your I need knocking me down along our street. She had me writing field reports all week. I think I should kill that man. Fucking psychopaths. Nothing else in here. Disappointing. Yeah, that's the way. Well, I guess I can't go over there yet, so might as well have a momentary taste of Purple Berry. What's that light over there? I'm buying that gun. Carbohydrates. Need some real sugary stuff here. Give myself a sugar rush here. What? Excuse me? More sugar. I swear, I'm not crazy. With big world like this, I can understand loading times. Alright, let's repair. Now everything's pristine. Lovely stuff. Alright. There we are.
Welcome to... Now...
Keep that smile off, fucking psychopath. Pristine, huh? Not really much of a use to me, huh? It's me. Firing noise. Need sugar. Made my stuff pristine.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as...
What's this?
Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected near... Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Mark Apple. Get out. Down, you asshole.
That's the last of them.
A lot of deranged lunatics here. With a treatment going on. Makes sense.
What kind of insanity is waiting inside the lab for us, I wonder? We've not had the best of luck when exploring laboratories.
That much is true. It's me. Okay, sugar drinks. The R&D lab. Well, let's find out what's in here. Alright.
Okay, going quiet.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
Alright. Some creepy shit going on here. Hey, Mrs. Whitman. Hello, I'm so sorry I haven't had a chance to name you. Rough night. So coffee on the floor. Bus corporate law, so it's commotion down there. I don't believe the fuel combination is still. These guys from the week. Could someone please inform me that rock about the very good reason but my administrator? Well, that's all. Need sugar. Silver tongue. Hello? Wait. Read the chips. Hello?
How in the Aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? Speak up and quickly if you will.
I'm investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. Was she here recently?
You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day. Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Mr. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
Is that why people are overly happy? There isn't anything you can do to help.
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. Ah, I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them.
Thank you. Didn't see any hostiles on the way down here from the entry door. You could make a run for
And
it.
lose my life's work? Want me to just burn my lab and my entire future to the ground over one experiment that's gotten rather out of
Kinda.
hand? No, I think not. We merely need to clean up the mess, so to speak.
I know what you're
Reset the
speaking.
lab back to functional parameters.
Clean up? They were human beings. Don't you care about them at all?
Staff can be replaced, you know. Research data? Now that's invaluable.
I'm not sure if I can help them or not. What goes on in these labs that would turn your researchers against you?
Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions, I'm afraid. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utterly confidential. You understand?
I'd like to see how confidential.
Call me a skeptic, but no, I don't believe it would be. Loose lips think new product ships, you know? Happily, of course.
I can take care of your problem, but I'll need you to answer some questions afterwards.
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
These people don't deserve to die, Captain. Let's try using the sedative.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Sedative gas, huh? Excuse me. Got a nice hat.
Ah, you're still alive. I suppose that is opportune.
Who's in the lab?
Oh, we're... As if I could...
Strange, I thought I had more than that. Ah, that must have been because I had Ellie with me.
Awful. Wonder if this poor fella had a family.
Probably. Hello everyone, this is your friendly captain staff offering a primitive apology if the elevator hall gas canisters. There are quite a few of them, and me, I mean, you can take two and be cautious to yourself. For the humble mama, knocked down out cold. My team and I are feeling the man cop. Well, sedative gas, huh? This does not look like utility. Alright.
They've reproduced all the comforts of home. Only difference being the Byzantium elites aren't the only parasites here.
Don't kill the host.
I'm pleased as pie.
Look away, asshole. There's one parasite in there. Thought I'd kill it. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if that counts as killing a person. I believe those parasites are feeding onto them. Until they've got enough, they kill the host. I believe I deserve more than just that info.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
I'll be back. Alright. I apologize, but I won't be doing justice. I rushed the budget because I've been seeing you. Not sure for 3 parts. I'm going to lose 2. You should really don't. I will do for a thing. All back in the addictive kind of dream time. Apologize for teams. Bruce pose. Jeez. See message.
That's a lot more Rizzos than I ever want to see in my life.
Made it. Dispense the gas. Welcome. Welcome. Insert name. I got 17 quiz from lab workers now. That wood. Alright. Said there was some type of closet around here. I'd like some answers to know why these psychopaths gone mad. I know the cause is the wounds, but where do they come from? One lead would be treatments. Yeah, there could be wildlife. Thought there was a closet around here. Must be this. What's this? A hat. Aw. Ow.
Just two in the... Oh, my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you are?
What?
Well, this is quite troubling. I can't imagine any scenario where this bodes well for the Doctor.
Shit.
Somebody didn't want us talking to Dr. Blossom. Do you think it was Miss Helen's killer?
Likely.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What have you got?
Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
Yeah. Great analytic. I'm sure you've heard gunshots earlier, but the victims walk apart often. Yeah. Although you distinctly remember hearing gunshots of pink color, what craziness. Huh. Strange. Whoever Dr. Blossom confronted on the dispatched her and all of the scientists without much resistance, means they've been well trained, some kind of sharpshooter or adventurer.
Did the device find anything? Besides the obvious, I mean.
Five kills and all before we could catch a glimpse of the culprit. I expect more blood.
As would I. Something is off about this whole situation.
Timeline discrepancy detected. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already stand.
Alright. All cores operated back often requires load spectrum blocker to be functional. Strange indeed. What's this?
Not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... This is Dr. Blossom. Eridanium gigaseus Slug Research Report 1. Subject: a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. That's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
While they were researching these slugs, likely some of them broke out. Got anything?
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already stand.
Okay, do delete the file. Apologies to the late notice, but Miss Bellamy has requested to resolve facilities she has been aired out. Yes. Halcyon Helen, please pray for her. Really got on last week. Carried a ball section down, hidden in a rusty shelf space in storage house. Let us know that. And what happened? You got all the way back. What have for running with the primals already, covering themselves exclusively. Tests involving the parasite Uranium giganteus. Quality dubbed slugs have produced standard results, even compared against our most promising methods of producing a brain chemical dependency. The pheromone, the uranium secretes produces dopamine more efficiently than any other record, but it will continue researching how excuse me, much of the compound induced to subjects and observe the effects. Despite our last than ideal presentation to administration, the product comprised two main responses. As mentioned before, this product will produce that boozy, feel-good stimulus like no other. But more importantly, the pheromone's makeup is completely unique, which means there are no regulations surrounding its classification. The idea of a completely loss addictive product with zero loss surrounding it would be certainly justified at any means.
What kind of monster kills all these people over a data cartridge?
Likely the killer. At the end of Spectra. So how did the killer know I was coming here? Well, from what I can guess, I would believe our killer overheard what we were doing. That's the most likely possibility. And the second I was done with her stuff, he eliminated her, keeping me from evidence that would most certainly help me with this investigation. Since Black Hole Burley is a tossball player, I very much doubt he has any experience with a gun, so that would eliminate him. I don't have enough evidence to conclude that. With all the gunshots I've heard, likely a sharpshooter, and eventually debatable. Thing is, I lost evidence. Doesn't mean I can't find more from others.
Is Inspector a higher rank than Captain? Just...
What's on your mind? Yeah?
Can't really find much evidence down here now, can I? Sealed the outfit on purpose.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What?
Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
Ah. So he came through there. That explains why he left in a hurry.
Looks like a standard ventilation shaft to me. Somebody around my size could have crawled in. Wouldn't have been comfortable or, clean. Ventilation shafts usually turn into sprat nests.
So it would be around Pavarti's size, so that would also mean whoever is bigger than her will be out. There's a cut wire in the box. Someone wanted the power to cut or something, but you're not quite sure what.
See that red wire? Whoever cut that wire was trying to disrupt the circuit. They could have sealed the lab doors temporarily. At least until the failsafes kicked in.
Ah, so that must have been what happened. They cut the red wire, then they attacked her, leaving any investigators around there sealed. So they got through the ventilation shaft. They sealed the doors temporarily so they could have enough time to kill all the researchers. And then they left through that same ventilation shaft. Makes sense. Well, my investigation here is far from over. So I might have found a way to get in by ventilation. So that would mean he has a very known he knows this place well enough to know a lot of secret passages and such. That would mean they've been here for quite a while. And I believe Halcyon and Helen was here for...
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time.
What's going on?
Releasing the mosquitoes for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
Fuck.
What is that sound? And why am I sure we're about to find out?
Mosquitoes, huh? Out for pollination now. Oh, so those are mosquitoes. I sort of thought they would be more scary and shit.
Here we go.
Think you got me, you buggy ass?
Reminder, mosquitoes are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial.
Yeah, that much I know. Squish them.
Your life was merely an illusion anyway. Don't mess with us.
Honestly, I was a bit more scared of them than now. Alright, you bastards! I'm the exterminator here. Gotcha. Get him.
Nothing personal, I swear.
Bugs ain't got none on me.
Never anger a man of the cloth. Stings have been known to cause auditory confusion before death. So if you cannot understand this message, that may be why. Well done, Captain.
Seem like they blow up other than sting. Monster surprised that thing's a gun. It's me. Hello. Access inventory. Those mosquitoes who can sting these breaking fingers and I probably should keep them separate. As we probably don't get stung with these.
Someone needs to get to Hive Control to shut down the swarm.
I have control. not a vendor about. Oh, hello. Holy shit. That's a big swarm. Get him.
I've had quite enough of you.
Well. Alright, let's talk to that nut job. I fucking hate that smile. Both pisses me off and scares the shit out of me.
Gosh and golly, we might get stung to death unless someone aborts the pollinization cycle. How exciting!
Oh yeah, real exciting, alright. With these swarms out, we could possibly be dead. Hooray! Alright, I'll find the swarm.
Never been outside during a pollinization cycle. Kind of dangerous, if you ask me.
Yeah. I want a bit more emphasis in danger. These fuckers know where I'm at.
May you find peace in death. No active mosquitoes detected outside of the hive. The pollinization cycle is concluded.
Oh, I killed them all.
Unsealing all orchard gates. Surviving workers may now return to your stations.
Okay, just a wild stab in the dark. But I'm guessing somebody doesn't want us finding out what happened to Ms. Helen.
Yeah, a real wild stab in the dark. So much so that they released all the swarms. Or maybe that's just a pollinization cycle in progress. In other words, maybe that's just a normality.
Thanks for visiting Rizzo's. Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple something.
Have you sold any Spectrum on storage warehouse shipment?
Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
believe it's Spectrum Orange. I got red too. Okay, I got all the Spectrum. Now, what the hell am I getting out of this? And what kind of effects would the weapon get? I'm honestly surprised it killed them all.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What's up? Oh, there. Whoa.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
8.7.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
It's me. Alright. Let's find out what this weapon is. Ah. So I need all the colors of Spectrum, huh? Wonder if it's gonna start shooting out rainbows. So around the Grand Colonial Bar, and around the nut shop. Well, I believe she sold out. There is also the one at Rizzo's. Well, the distillery, yeah. It says distillery? Something about that place? Sooner or later I'll get an answer or two. To the hotel. Wonder what kind of slugs these are. Grand Colonial Bar. Yes, man. Alright.
Greetings, attractive patron. Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails.
Give me a drink. That's a lot just for a color. Red, violet, orange, red, violet, orange. You know what? Fuck it. And I'll continue my quest. Hello?
Finally checked in, I see. I hope you're fond of the penthouse. It's pretty much the best seat in the whole hotel. You shouldn't want for any amenity you might find elsewhere. Should act as a better headquarters for the investigation than any space dust covered ship. That and you ain't got room service on a ship. You ever need anything, come find me. Even if you don't, you can still swing by. I'm always happy to chat.
Alright. Did you know the victim?
Oh, of course. That is, maybe not on a personal level, but I'm one of her biggest fans. Even started an association of like-minded individuals. I'd lament not having anything to meet about anymore, but the New York tribe just ain't done it for us. Still, there goes my hopes of a Terran Monarch reunion episode.
Reunion? There are other celebrities, right?
Sorry, friend, but I guess you don't get it. Helen was special. Had a certain quality about her, like she would really go out and fight injustice. You look at Woolrich, and no disrespect to the man, but you just don't get the same feeling. He reminds me more of a vacuum suit without nobody in it. Don't tell him I said that. Now, what can I lend a hand with?
I'm curious about you, how you Got to be a bellhop.
Notice my battle-hardened physique, have you? Used to be in a mighty mean line of work. Been shot at 35 times.
Wait, what?
That is, I've been near people who were shot at 35 times.
Oh.
But to be honest, I never really enjoyed it, you know. It's one thing to tightrope walk between life and death every day, but for just a handful of bits? Nah. When this position came up, I jumped on it and made a lateral move from sublight to slug. I ain't ever looked back.
How different is working with Slug from working with Sublight?
Well, Slug is more trustworthy for one thing, where Sublight is all about back alleys and backstabbing. Slug can be trusted not to salvage your ship when you turn your head.
I thought Slug and Sublight didn't engage with much. How'd you move from one to the other?
Well, Slug is something like an offshoot of Sublight. It ain't too difficult to pivot from one part of the same company to another. Disconnects or no. That said, my departure may have been somewhat hasty.
What happened?
Well, you could call it a small lapse in judgment. Basically, I singled out a ship to salvage that I thought had been out for use for years. As it turns out, it belonged to a wealthy Byzantine who used it only to vacation.
Ah.
As it so happened, I still don't think she tried to use it, too satisfied with the luxuries of Byzantium. Still, I figured it was a good time to turn tail, in case that ever changed.
Hey, good stories. Sure, you've seen a lot of people coming and going.
Stories? Huh. Actually, I think I got a couple now that you mention it. There used to be a whole toss-ball court on one of the planetoids, but they ripped it out. Bench clears are a tad too lethal when there's an endless drop on every side. Glad I...
Mind if I ask you a few questions about the crime scene?
Please do.
Want to give me more details on how you come across the body?
Sure, I'd taken to checking the barroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand? Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
Any idea why Helen would have been in ballrooms after hours?
Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling?
Did you kill Helen? You can tell me if you did. It'll be our secret.
What? No. Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I wasn't shipped all day. Besides, I loved Helen serials. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
Ah.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Did you see Helen on the day of her death?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh, wait. You mean when she was still breathing? No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her.
I think we both know you're itching to gossip.
Honestly, you're more than a little right. I've been burning at the britches to share my theories. Day of her death, I saw Helen leave the hotel premises with the profit of profitability, and didn't see her come back. A little on the suspicious side, I think. Seemed especially strange, seeing how, as far as I was aware, the two didn't get on.
The profit of probability. What's to do with the profit of probability? She a guess?
Yep. Gives seminars on increasing profit margins and the like. Can't say much else, seeing how I ain't in the gossip market.
Yeah, right. Why didn't Helen and the prophet get along?
As far as I can recall, Helen dismissed the lady's seminars in some kind of interview. Said her co-star used them, but she didn't. The top rungers are always ready to read between the lines of famous folks and seem to think the prophet was on her way out. Woman lost a ton of bits and is set to lose more.
So it could be her.
I hope all that helped. I'd like to be as useful as I can in the investigation. Just didn't want to steer anyone the wrong way.
Got any ideas who might have wanted to do Helen in?
Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
We need more than theories, we need facts.
What floor would you like to visit?
I'll go to the VIP.
Oh,
Penthouse Suite.
next stop, the finest seat in the house.
So the profit of probability will be my best lead here since they two didn't get along. I sure hope I can review evidence.
Hey, I was gonna stop him, but I figured he was room service. Then he started going through Helen's things, and I figured
The
I
fuck?
want a word with him.
Sam?
Sam's Special Inspector add-on includes a magnifying glass to sleuth out the germs and parasites that other cleaning products leave behind.
I do love all the wall space. So much room for trophies.
Do you think it's strange that I kind of miss Ada?
The longer we stay here, the more I can feel my mind softening.
I call the big bet. Anyone wants to challenge me, we can play a hand of cards.
Alright. Alright, out of my room, asshole. Well, the trucks go. Hey!
Oh, sweet gibbering law. Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character.
Hold.
Whoa, it's not what it looks like.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
Easy, friend. No need to get violent. There are as many reasons to spare my life as there are flavors in Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka.
And I give a damn about a few of them.
Two reasons. First, I am a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Enterprise.
Don't give me that shit.
And secondly, I'm just here doing a job for a VIP. Mascot's honor.
A VIP, huh? What kind of job?
I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack.
Ah.
I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message, something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
What's the hurry? You've got time. Tell me everything.
It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. In fact, I'm experiencing enormous mental anguish right now. Will you meet me later over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Alright, I'll meet you.
I figured you'd understand. Big penthouse like this, and you never know who's dropping eaves. Meet me over by the pilot house. It's the land complex with the big old engine that keeps us flying. I'll tell you everything I know, I swear. I can't talk here. Do what you need to do, then meet me later over by the pilot house.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards.
Yeah.
The pollination cycle began without my authorization. The loss of so many Waspitos will set back production at the orchards for weeks, if not months. I'm disappointed in you.
Our scale-up production rate isn't inversely proportional to its population. You'll recover.
I didn't know that. I appreciate your insight, Inspector. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Plot thickens, Administrator.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector.
Yes.
As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
She was in trouble when I found her. The other workers had turned violent.
Her commitment to her NDA was admirable. I'll make sure to accelerate the payout of her death benefits to her next of kin.
It's not leap to conclusions. I don't know who was behind her death.
I wish you'd give me a little more information, Inspector. Leora was a friend. But I promised to leave this investigation in your hands, and so I shall. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted on touring to Rizzo's R&D lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
She spent a little time at the orchards. I found evidence she was in a picnic.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Someone stole data from one of your terminals in research development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the Waspito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I'll let you know if I learn anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow.
Likely.
I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Ah, Dr. Goodnight. Hey, there's a suspicious mascot looking in my room.
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
What? No. There was a Wizard's mascot poking around my room. I'd like to know why.
I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service, I think.
I had some pretty interesting things to say about Black Hole Birdie.
Such as?
Where did you convince them to break into my room? You didn't know about this?
I most certainly did not. My policy toward Eridanos is one of, shall we say, benign negligence. I keep my distance and don't involve myself unless necessary. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
I'll take your word for it.
Was there anything else?
So our murderer had some resources on him. So that would mean they would have a lot of money on them.
What floor would you like to visit?
And an access to such expensive things. So that would mean our culprit would have to be rich. And since since our profit of probability is going through the ground with bits, being cheap, getting dirt poor, that would eliminate her as well. The lobby, please.
To the lobby we go.
Alright. This is getting intriguing. As all murder mysteries will. Let's save. Alright. Good night.
The brochure never mentioned anything about
Hey, bitch!
Put that down! Are you crazy?
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
You sound way too excited about this.
Do forgive me. The human body is a museum of gory wonders and vascular delights. Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
So she was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae. So that would mean... I use plasma damage a lot against human enemies with my bullet pistol. And when they die, they sometimes burn to ash. You know, I'm surprised that she didn't go for the same fate. Someone was obviously trying to poison Helen.
Almost certainly. Well, possibly they were trying to make her extremely uncomfortable, but I suppose killing her would also satisfy that criterion.
You sure it wasn't just hotel food?
The thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, just the hotel food.
Alright. When you were talking, you called her Ruth Bellamy, not Halcyon Helen.
Oh, how curious. I do believe you're right. I wonder if this has something to do with the autopsy process. She was Halcyon Helen up until the moment I brought her to the operating table. But as soon as I cut her open, I stopped thinking of her as Halcyon Helen. It's almost as if she stopped being an icon and became a human being.
That's pretty grisly, Doc.
You're a freelancer of some repute. Surely you're no stranger to seeing the interior organs of a human being.
No.
Although I suspect you do most of your work with a gun and not a scalpel.
I noticed you had patent legs on your terminal.
I do keep logs of every patient I treat. Despite appearances, I'm not merely a coroner. I'm also the Grand Colonial's only, and therefore greatest, doctor.
Is that allowed?
I don't see the conflict of interest. As the hotel's doctor, I attend to the health of my patients when they're alive. As the coroner, I attend to my patients when they're dead. If I do my job as a doctor, I rarely have to call upon my skills as a coroner. And if a patient dies under my treatment, my coroner's report practically writes itself.
At least you're satisfied with your
I'm
work.
very pleased with my work. Cedric Kincannon is an outstanding employer. What I'm about to tell you, do me a favor and keep this between us.
Alright. Inspector's honor.
That's what I like to hear. I'd much rather work for Slug than Rizzo's.
That's so.
Rizzo's makes a great show about the happiness of its workers, but I think it's all rather artificial. I'm
Likely.
paid well. I work hard. I'm given respect and a reasonable degree of freedom. Cedric Kincannon runs a tight ship. Most of us enjoy working for Slug.
I'll bet not mine,
Will there
thanks.
be anything else?
Like I should give a shit about keeping that a secret. Oh.
Got it? Inside voices.
Okay. I'll save once again. Suppose she doesn't have any damning evidence in her pockets.
Here we go. Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Oh. I wonder if I can kill the murderer before any accusations comes up.
Hey, take it easy with that thing.
Bellamy's corpse shows evidence of several possible causes of death. I've determined the killing blow was plasma damage to her upper vertebrae, occipital bone, and labrum. Death was instantaneous and painless. Frankly, her death may have come as a relief. She was unwell prior to the attack. High concentration of poisonous compounds in her stomach lining, indigestion during her last meal. Not lethal, but uncomfortable in the extreme. Spencer Woolwich complained of similar stomach ailments. Is this a problem common to professional actors? It could be. It could also be framing at work. Got a lot to work on here.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance?
I need access to the VIP guest floor.
I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. If I let you up there, I'll never hear the end of it.
The only guest who have a problem with me being up there would be the murderer.
That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. That has a nice ring to it. Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done.
Thank you.
You can now come and go as you please.
Goodbye.
Wait.
It's me. Oh boy. I'll sell 1,000 of them. Excuse me? Even if I sell 1,000, I'm likely bound to get a few hundred. I remember when ammo was getting tight. Very briefly in my gameplay. And now I just have so damn much ammo. There we go. Got your fucking vodka. Alright. I got vodka red, orange, blue, indigo, violet, and black. Orange, red, violet, black, indigo, and blue. I need yellow and green. That's all. I'll probably find some at that Rizzo's I think I just sold my modded gun, didn't I? Oh, thank God. I believe this is Space's choice. VIP guest floor.
If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me.
Fuck that.
Just joking. I've already got one.
Oh. Then I wonder how much that autograph will sell. So I'll get one. If I can. Heavy bar doors.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances.
Foreign
Chemical
substance.
analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terroray, blood, terroray, unidentifiable biological fluids, terroray.
Terroray, oil, terroray, blood, terroray, unidentifiable biological fluids, terroray. That's a lot of terroray. Were these substances added later?
Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not present in the bottle's original contents.
Is it toxic?
These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terroray biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
There seems to have been some kind of mistake. When I first arrived at Grand Coronal for this unveiling, I was led to a small sitting room, the kind of that individual might allow to relax in, with moderate comfort before being led to his actual quarter. It has been a week and a half, and yet no one has arrived to deliver me my actual room yet. If I didn't know better, I might assume that this was meant to be my actual room. If I don't know better, I might assume that you tried to place Spencer Woolidge, star of 100 serials, the hero of Airwave, sets Colonial Light in a room where he can hardly walk from one end to the other without bumping his toe on the foot of his bed or his shoulder upon the desk. I might even assume that Ruth Bellamy was placed in the Grand Colonial penthouse suite on purpose rather than by mistake. But I'm sure the issue will rectify soon and our positions will be swapped. I hope you don't try to tell me anything to the contrary, as Woolidge. While the Grand Colonial staff understand your consideration at being placed on the VIP level of the Grand Colonial, we are afraid there is no mistakes. Ruth Bellamy, as current spokeswoman of the Spectrum Brown unveiling, is currently stated to have the penthouse suite. An actress of her station deserves only the best. Excuse me? The VIP guest floor comes to very close to the second best section of the hotel. The penthouse suite is only about twice as large as your current lodgings, and this immense to it provides are only perhaps 3 or 4 times better than those you have access to now. Your current lodgings are proper on for an actor of your caliber. If you have any other requests, I'll be sure to respond to them after we get Miss Bellamy. We're sure you have no doubt you've heard the triple event that occurred in the Grand Colonial Ballroom earlier today. While we know that many of you are concerned for your safety, take heed. We've heard your concerns and know that something quite says safety like it does in guns. Armed security will be present throughout the Grand Colonial on every floor except employee floors 24/7. Freely go around the hotel premise and spend your heart's content without worrying about someone shooting you in the head. Management. I think he'll likely hear. Wait. Alright, let's pickpocket him. First thing to save. What do we have here? Spencer strongly to Chief Anroy. How many times must I speak to you about your inept meal preparation? Not too salty, it upsets my palate. Not too sweet, it upsets my palate. No nanos, I hate 'em, and no triplicate, I'm allergic. I've come to you many times and times again, on 45 different occasions in fact. Yes, I have actually counted. And what do I get in my lunch in my after lunch pre-dinner? Fried nanas on a bed of braised triplicate. I'm through disappearing you over your shoulders, clearly instructing you on how many meals must have prepared if you're simply going to ignore me instead. I shall say this, should I become ill for any reason at all tangentially related to your cooking, I shall make it positively certain that management not only strips you of your job, but your uniform as well, and deposits you nude in the Wilderness Exploration Reserve, to be torn apart by mantisaurs. You'll rue the day you oversalted my salt tuna. Well, You did ask for salt tuna. Hello.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of a non-industry lout. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste more of my time, I suggest we begin rehearsing. Ready? You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology.
Philosophism? You'll never take over Halcyon, you fiend.
How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust. Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID.
Nope.
Which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. This is curious indeed. Who are you? How did you get in here?
I'm here to investigate the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'd like to ask a few questions.
You're here to investigate me?
Yep.
Oh, I assure you, I'm nothing special. Just an old crook with more money than time. That was a quote from The Retiree's Revenge, in which I played an ex-thief turned decrepit old man. But, of course, I'm certain you already recognized it. Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something a little more personal? Undergarment signatures have been popular of late, or so I've heard.
I'd like you to sign some evidence. I'm not here for an autograph. I'm here to ask you some questions.
Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? The only staffer cleared for guest room entry is the inspector for Bellamy's murder.
Yep.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply with your search for the fiend that did Bellamy in. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me. Back when I starred in the Marauder's Bane. The absolute picture of justice.
Now what?
Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer.
Might, huh? I hear you were poisoned.
Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain is most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar?
Huh.
Oh, we clashed almost non-stop about his slop preparation. He must have tainted my meal in retaliation.
According to the coroner, Helen was also poisoned.
How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that I'm standing here before you.
Helen wasn't killed by the poison.
Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate us both, disrupt the product launch. I couldn't say, Inspector. I'm merely an actor.
Can you think of anyone other than the chef who would want to harm you?
None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect that they deserve.
Why don't you go to the clinic for your stomach pains?
Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolrich, Aetherwave star, spotted in gastronomic distress. Oh, unseemly hardly describes the half of it.
I can see the headlines now. Spencer Woolrich. In the serial drama, Toilet Troubles. Featuring Brown Spectrum. That's all I want to know.
Very well, then.
I've learned a thing or two about your activities in the hotel.
Oh, have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense.
I found a bottle of tainted liquor. Might have something to do with your poisoning.
That, yes. Yes. I distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints. I'm quite used to being breathlessly watched.
I'd like to ask about the murder.
Certainly. But one quick question before we begin, if I may. How was it that Bellamy met Anne?
Why are you so curious?
Why, I'm merely worried for my own sake. Perhaps whoever came after her could come after me next.
That's a possibility.
But if you don't want to tell me, I understand. Whatever happened, I hope poor Bellamy didn't suffer.
What were you up to at the time of the murder?
I was meditating, of course.
Meditating?
That's how I get into character.
Excuse me? Got anybody who can coordinate that?
Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to commune with others while meditating.
You a Mediterranean, really?
All actors have their methods. And this has been mine ever since I met that wonderful prophet of profitability. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. The director wanted our suffering to be convincing. Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second-degree burns afterwards.
Holy shit.
I owe that woman much.
How long have you worked with the Prophet?
Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it, a few weeks. I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really should.
Back to my other questions?
I'll answer whatever you wish.
Did you know Helen well?
Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way. Unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa's Meteoroids.
Meteoroids? Must not have been too flattering, always starring alongside the young actress.
Oh, it wasn't. And don't think I haven't picked up on your tone. Resenting Bellamy is one thing, but killing her is another completely. It's also beneath me.
Alright, speaking of theoreticals, how would you have killed the victim?
Oh, come now, Inspector, what do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. Besides, I have my reputation to think of.
Oh, I have both. That's for the next time. Enough about that. Back to
I
my
suppose
questions.
that is enough on that grim subject.
About a few questions about that poisoning.
Oh, must I relive that ghastly event again?
Yep.
My intestines still have yet to fully recover.
Ah,
But
poor
I
you.
suppose we may discuss it further. Very well.
Who are you exactly?
I'm sure you're joking. Perhaps I'm not in my prime, but you've no doubt seen the name Spencer Woolrich on many a serial advertisement throughout your travels.
I think I've seen your name around.
You think? I mean, yes, of course. You have, obviously.
Goodbye. Oh, that was insightful. Not too much, though. Who the hell are you?
Quietly now.
Fancy robot. Who are you?
Initiating Banter Protocol. Now simulating familiar and welcoming demeanor. Burbage 3001 is trained to recognize all board-approved actors. Greetings, fellow star. Your performance in Maverick Johnston's latest drama was memorable.
I've seen you had some work done. Who upgraded you?
Burbage 3001's programming is frequently upgraded to adhere to board-certified standards. The most recent upgrade was performed by Spencer Woolrich. Banter Protocol exhausted, reverting to default behavior, grieving and despair. Oh, Halcyon Helen, may your atoms be commended to the Aether.
You knew Halcyon Helen.
Burbage 3001 was designed to disrupt Halcyon Helen's monopoly over the Aetherwave serial market. This unit's programming is based on Helen's most famous roles. Burbage 3001. Anything Halcyon Helen can do, this unit can do slightly worse.
Almost sounds like you've got motive for murdering Helen.
Now running Shock and Dismay Protocol. What's this? Helen's death was a murder? How horrifying. Bring that killer to justice. Designated authority figure. This unit has not yet completed its grief cycles. Randomizing despair tables. Oh, Helen, is there no justice in the world?
Intriguing robot.
Hello?
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you?
I have some questions about Halcyon and Helen's motor.
Oh, you must be that inspector people have been talking about. It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So, what did you want to know?
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keene's cells down at the spaceport. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually happens when we all get to drinking. Guess Constable Keene saw things a bit differently and had us hauled off.
Was Birdie in jail with the rest of you?
No, we lost him somewhere along the way. Or maybe he managed to get away? I can't rightly remember. But he was definitely not sharing a cell with us. That much I know.
So... Birdie was possibly intoxicated by then. Tell me about Birdie and Helen.
Oh, Birdie was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Birdie was not blessed with an abundance of temper. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them.
Do you think Birdie could kill Helen?
Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have laid a finger on Miss Helen.
Can you think of anyone who would want to kill Helen?
Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself.
Likely.
Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen's brand of blood honesty.
Let's talk about
What can I do
else.
for you?
How long have you been with the Rangers?
About half my life. You know I was named third most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons?
That's
Not
so.
a lot of players who can make that claim. Except for the guys who came in first and second, I guess. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers. But now I'm all convalesced. Ready to lay into some Cleo darlings, you know? Really break some legs.
What brings the Rangers to Iranidos?
Since it's the off-season, we're helping support the launch of Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Meet the fans, sign tossball cards, that sort of thing. Just between you and me, Rizzo's ought to cancel the whole event out of respect for Miss Helen.
That's all for now. So this whole thing is a ad campaign and tossball event. Huh. Oh shit. I could have got Spectrum Vodka Black from here. Whoa!
What in the... How... Never mind. I don't think I want to know.
What's this? Excuse me? This tossball signed to by Black Birdie Black Hole Helicum was presented to Dr. Margrave on a special guest episode of Halcyon Space Hospital to thank her for removing a tossball stick and brace in his hand. What's this?
Multiple discrepancies detected.
What the hell?
First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present in this hotel room. Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodations. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Alcohol sanguinization ratio exceeds recommended maximum.
There's something worrying about the coloration in his eyes.
An accurate observation, Inspector. This woolly cow is suffering from symptoms consistent with a hangover. A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes belonging to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Club.
Was Black Hole Birdie here?
Insufficient data. A brief survey of localized property damage, divided by the area of this room, yields the following estimate. This unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
This cow must have had too much of the hard stuff. Carrying a witness. I need green and yellow. Problem is, I don't know where else I should find them. Orange, red. I'm gonna steal some of your Spectrum vodka. That all? What's this now? Alcoholic, huh? Whoa.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The charred fragments of a letter lies at the bottom of this wastebasket.
What's this now? Station, meeting point, and emergency.
Your observation is correct and quite astute.
Station, meeting point, emergency. You think it's talking about the atmospheric station? Or maybe the pilot house? Could be anywhere.
Someone burned this letter shortly after Halcyon Helen's death.
Shortly after. So... What's this?
A single footprint, size 10, tossball cleat size.
Size 10. Analyze the footprints for any residue.
The soil in this residue contains a very high concentration of oxygen.
High concentration of oxygen usually points to a terraformer.
Well done, Inspector. The weather monitoring station at the pilot house substitutes for a terraformer. The soil in his footprint likely came from there.
Clues I've found point me to the Pantheon pilot house's weather monitoring station. Oh no, I got a lead now. So, who was in this room? And if I were to guess, I'd say an alcoholic. And a real strong one here at that. A lot of fucking bottles down here. I wonder. That's some strong titanium bottles right there.
Handled beautifully.
lobby, please.
To the lobby.
Oh no, that's interesting. Seems someone wanted me at the pilot house as for an emergency.
Yeah, when was the last time?
Holy shit. Funeral pyre. Alright. Let's pay respects. Okay.
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to wait. Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you in for later. Actually, what am I saying? I can't do that. I'm booked for the next month. You'll have to make a reservation.
I'm here to investigate Halsey and Helen's murder. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
You're the inspector?
Yeah.
Here? Why? I mean, you may ask me whatever you want. I have nothing to hide.
Alright. Did you prepare all Helen's meals?
Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important a guest.
Helen's last meal was poisoned.
Oh my lord, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous.
Wait, what?
But I didn't heed her warnings. Okay, I wasn't the one who did it, but I might have been mistaken when I said I was constantly watching Helen's food. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients.
Well, with what I saw with that alcohol, it was likely Spencer Woolrich. Why were you being so evasive about leaving Helen's food untended?
Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. Why else would I worry about it?
Because some halcyon food combinations turn out to be too acid when unsupervised.
What? Truly? That's an alarming business oversight. Instead of volatile chemicals, the corporations should put barbiturates in everything. Everyone likes barbiturates.
What's barbiturate?
But I don't believe that was a risk with Helen's meal. I was, up to something else. I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy bit of recreational drinking. And consequently, I may have been somewhat less than coherent after preparing Helen's meal.
Any idea where I might be able to find Bellhop Owen?
Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Our guests can be rather particular. Let's not talk about the incident with the Raptidon pheromone glands. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve myself. Otherwise, who knows how long you'll have to wait.
Alba's a little thin there. Why should I believe anything you're saying? Wait, what was Spencer Woolrich doing around the kitchen?
Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. He seems to enjoy complaining in person. While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich simply enjoys the attention he gets from us. Though don't tell him I said as much. If you wish to speak with him, Mr. Woolrich can most likely be found in his suite on the VIP guest floor. He's usually there if he's not poking around here.
So, wait. So, he's not complaining about the food because he has real exquisite and real creative taste. He's just complaining because he wants attention. Well, that's damning. How about his little Finn here? Why should I believe anything you say?
I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security camera.
Oh.
It'll prove I'm telling the truth about everything. Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport.
Oh.
If you visit her, you can figure out what truly happened with Helen's meal.
Why, thank you. Ooh, this will be real damning. That's all I want to ask you about. Guess we'll see if you're telling the truth.
Thank you for your understanding, Inspector. I'm sure you'll find the true culprit before long.
Why, thank you. Now then. Who tampered with the food now? Excuse me. Hello?
The Grand Colonial Front Desk. How may I be...
Why, hello there.
Hello.
Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom.
Oh, yes. I recognize your voice. Please finally meet you.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm glad to meet you, too. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
You said you operate the elevator, right? Can guests not press the buttons themselves?
Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing shoulders with CEOs. It'd be anarchy.
That's true.
Plus, there's always the risk a guest chips a nail or loses a ring on a button. It's an extra effort, but the Grand Colonial prides itself on personalized service in all things.
Oh no, chip
That
nail,
and the
what a
elevator
tragedy.
still works if I'm ever not around. I do take occasional breaks and sleep every so often.
So I assume the bellhops know each other. Any gossip about Norville?
Oh yes, Norville's great. Always ready to help any and all guests who might need it. And so handsome, too. His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something. A little beyond his station.
You know anything about Bellhop Owens? The chief was talking about him.
Owens? I hardly spot him. Generally, he's at Mr. Woolrich's beck and call, fetching this or that, helping with his room, and providing as his acting partner far more often than not. Ooh, that was strange. I've never felt quite as pleased as I just was to be tasked with working this elevator for 16 hours every day.
Holy shit. You know anything about Halcyon Helen's murder?
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator, as usual. The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people coming through. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serials starring Ms. Helen, though I did find them prone to repetitive plot structures.
Right.
But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the guests don't run off.
Right. I just realized. If there's cameras in the kitchen, why is there cameras in the place where Helen got murdered? Is there cameras there? Because if so, that'd solve this mystery. Damn right. Have Mars been a problem in the Grand Colonial before?
Well, not necessarily. But they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the marauders like the vermin they are.
Damn right.
Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons.
Goodbye. Shame. So where are those camera feeds, huh? Ooh. Actually, hacking skill is 90. Shame. Miss me.
Hello again. You have a look that screams, I have something to ask you about. Well, please, ask away.
You said you were the hotel chef. What's that like?
I prep dishes day in and day out for guests, and while I doubt their palates are refined enough for my flavors, the work is rewarding. After all, I can take pride knowing that I simply am the best cook this side of Halcyon. No one else can even hope to compare.
Yeah, right. You seem pretty well crafted. Were you in the kitchen at the time of the murder?
No. As it so happens, I was down in the employee break room. I wasn't taking an unsanctioned break, of course. I was merely fetching ingredients.
Sure no one else was involved?
Well, yes. I'm positive. Why?
If Helen was poisoned, then no one else touched her meal.
Oh my lord, this is the end, isn't it? Spencer Woolrich and... I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport.
Okay. Spaceport. Thank you. Once again. Now then, Let's see who tampered with a meal. So it's either Owens or what was it? Swilwich. In both cases, Swilwich is likely the culprit. What am I thinking here? I'm going to the distillery. Get some yellow and green vodka. And I believe it's for a weapon. A weapon that hopefully sprays out rainbows. Cause I am collecting colors after all. Let's hope they have green and yellow vodka in their distillery. Wait. Well, that's just fucking great. Damn it. I wasted so much money on Spectrum Black that I could have bought back the Spectrum Black in the vendors. Shit. Well, isn't that just great? Possession, murder, poisoning. There's a lot of shit going on here. Wait. You know? Hold.
Greetings, toy guest, and welcome.
So, if I get this right, it might be a scientist? Because Dr. Goodnight. Wait. Excuse me. Because Dr. Goodnight is a scientist and she's being well paid. And that would also mean that if she's being well paid, she could have gotten the cartridge from the lab that got massacred. And since she has the scientist know-how, that would make more sense. And she is also provided size, so that could make her the murderer. She knows wires from left to right, and maybe that would explain her sudden voice change whenever I hold a weapon against her, which is one thing I love. Huh. So it could be that our killer might be our doctor. Because who else knows this place better? Most of the people that are suspected to be the murderer haven't been here for as long as the doctor. They've only been here for a week and they won't know anything about the events or such. So it makes sense. That would make her the murderer, right? Was she even a fan of her serial dramas? I don't rightly remember. But she seemed excited about... Excuse me. She seemed excited about her, taking a look in with, Helen. Open gate?
Much better used for Spectrum than drinking it. Ironically, almost as lethal.
So, what the fuck? This thing's a Gatling gun, yeah? Alright, let's see if you got rainbows. Whoa. Oh, hell yeah! I guess it! You spray out rainbows! Ooh, the Kool-Aid Man's gonna be jealous! Ooh boy. I'll be seeing more than rainbows. Nothing. I got a gun that sprays out rainbows. What a joy. This thing gallows down the color of rainbows. Hooray. I want to see the effectiveness of this thing and what it does. I don't know why, but I love this thing. I think it's just the aesthetic that gets to me. Mowing them down with the color of rainbows.
Now I'd love...
This look into her eyes makes us look possessed. Signed tossball stick. Oh shit. It's signed. That must mean it's way better. And way better for resale value. Uh-oh. Wonder if Mars has spawned. I'm just galling the fucking hell out of this thing. I think when I level up, I'm gonna get more Gatling and such. Yes, man. This would mean it doubles? I think. I don't think I leveled up in a while. When I get my next book, I'm gonna upgrade my science weapon mag size because this thing's gonna be going places with me soon. How much does this weapon do? 100 for each shot, so that means I get a full fucking unload on these bastards. And with the joy of rainbows too. I'm not getting enough of that. I'm shooting rainbows here.
Here they come.
What the? Whoa!
That's the last of them.
Whoa, shit. This thing is fucking insane. And this is. Hello?
Inspector, glad you're back. Thank you for being so patient with slug activity. I hope you'll forgive the delay.
I will.
Welcome to the Piraeus spaceport.
Thank you. This thing is awesome. I believe this takes... Oh, it takes light ammo, huh? Archibald Excelsior, Ace Exterminator. The Plague of the Mantimen, Attack of the Crystal Canids, Invasion of Man-Eating Sprats, and Colossus beneath Tartarus. Empty Cleo. I think I'll be using that weapon for my, what was it? Supernova thing. Yes, ma'am. I'm honestly a bit scared because of the stealth and such.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you, and by we, I mean Slug.
Alright, what you got against me?
Been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector? See, Slug Light Underground don't like that much.
Should I give a shit?
He's trying so hard. It's actually kind of sad.
Real sad.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector.
I am.
Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn breadworm, draw!
I'm an inspector, fella. Sticking my nose where it doesn't belong is my job.
Well, you ain't gonna stick that nose anywhere ever again.
And I won't be seeing your nose where it starts going out. Hold on, you're saying Slug wants me to investigate and now it wants me dead?
Quick everyone, get him!
Incoming!
Gun him down! Such inferior trash. Ah, they're hitmen. Got a job for anyone who's with a ready gun and empty pockets. There's an inspector looking into the murder of Halcyon Helen. My client wants you to cross him off. Don't worry about subtlety. In fact, don't be subtle. Just make sure that once you agree to the job, you visit the Amoy Spire ticket bunk. Put on the uniforms and you'll find folded beneath the mattress. After that, you feel free to cause ruckus. Be sure to let them know Slug territory is off limits. The reward's 40,000 bits plus the enhancing chemicals that you could ever want. The marketer. How sad. Seems we got a murderer having others do the dirty business. Ooh. Second I find that murder, I'm gunning him down with this son of a bitch. Hello?
I'm a criminal, get it? They don't let me talk to law-abiding sorts.
If I made a bet with you at the Copper Bottom last night, let's call it off now. I can't stand the taste of life's brass.
Alright. Got what I need.
I wonder if all these cargo containers are stored here for any legitimate reason. Or just to give Sublight more opportunities for larceny.
Probably. Hello?
Greetings, non-criminally associated individual. The Rizzo's constabulary is currently not closed. Due to a Sprat infestation, bureaucratic processes are currently suspended. At present, criminal reports do not require paperwork. Please lament only in marked lamentation zones. Please speak clearly into this unit recording instruments.
I need to acquire the Grand Colonial Kitchen security footage from your archives.
All requests for security footage require a nominal compulsory bribe.
Really now?
Is that acceptable?
How much do I have? Hold still, I need to examine your bit processing real quick.
Error. Bit processing unit has been removed, temporarily surpassing bit fee request. Funds will be requested from Rizzo's leadership with interest at a later date. Delivering footage.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patronage. If you would like a wine recommendation to pair with that footage, please submit the requisite request forms. Is there any other assistance this unit may provide?
No, not really. Did you say something about a Sprat infestation?
Checking logs. Error. Informational limitations found. 2. Reciting limitation 1. Do not tell users about constabulary Sprat infestation. We do not need to pay the health inspector's bribe a third time. Limitation 2. Do not read informational limitations aloud, especially not to any of those void-damned snot-nosed guests, or I'll have you sold for parts.
What the hell? Your designation is Wine Deputy Taster. What are you doing in constabulary?
Error. Unit designation no longer Wine Taster. Unit designation now Deputy.
Yes, ma'am. Do your wine tasting instruments double as weapon or something?
While potential lethality of unit instrumentation bears towards 95% violent utilization of equipment, would void unit warranty. All Rizzo's constabularies must include at least one deputy constable among the pool of available Rizzo's employee candidates. This unit was considered the most competent.
What's your favorite wine?
Unit does not have a favorite wine. Unit is incapable of taste.
Okay.
How may this...
Alright. What's this now?
Criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit. Please explicate your defense into this unit's recording equipment.
My permit wasn't expired, Scrappy. You probably just scanned it wrong.
Error. Unit's permit reading equipment was updated only last week. Please tell a different lie.
Tell a different... You're a mechanical. You ain't got the foggiest idea whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Correct. Criminal. However, Constable Key has decreed that this unit will remain here, questioning you every minute until you submit a confession. Error. Information on recent exchange lost. Restarting conversation. Greetings, criminal. This unit...
Oh no. It's the constable. She was a good sort. She didn't deserve...
Holy shit.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Constable's dead.
You know what? My permit was fake after all. Let me out of here.
Fuck.
An aberration in the expected timeline for this organic being has occurred. Behold, the body of Maria Keene, formerly the constable of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. No signs of life detected. Maria Keene is survived by no known relatives.
These are small wounds. She looks like she was shot to the head and neck.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Multiple wounds located in the frontal bone and between the clavicles suggest she was facing away from her attacker. Furthermore, the location and circumference of exit wounds suggest a firearm with unconventional ammunition.
Unconventional? I noticed some castings around. Ammunition?
These casings are too minuscule for conventional small caliber firearms. Each casing resembles a lancing needle used for medical and surgical purposes.
Fuck. It is her. Sounds like the Needler to me.
Yes, Inspector. These wounds and ammunition are consistent with the description of Halcyon Helen's signature weapon, the Needler. This unit's records show that the Needler was likely taken from Helen's belongings in the penthouse.
That explains the lost gun. The Needler was probably used to inject something. Amplify. Scan of blood.
High concentration of potassium chloride detected. Trace amounts of neurotoxin detected.
Potassium chloride. That would stop her heart.
These substances show the highest concentration near the entry and exit wounds. Cardiac arrest, rather than physical trauma, is the most likely cause of death.
If I make a note, whoever did this, and make him pay.
Your memo has been noted. This unit has been programmed to offer encouragement during moments of emotional strain. Banter protocol activated. We'll find this rat bastard responsible, Inspector.
Thanks. Well, now. Well, that would confirm my suspicion. The doctor is the killer. And that would also mean that... with the metal...
Had it all to make a sublight underground. Or slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Ms. Helen's death.
Well, I'd say that was the doctor. Well, I'm gonna leave things off here. I found some real damning piece of evidence that would incriminate the shit out of Dr. Goodnight. My suspicions go off to her. So I would very much doubt that anyone else has the knowledge of neurotoxins, unless it was what's she again? Dr. Goodnight. And since she was excited about examining Halcyon Helen, I'd say she had delight in scalping her corpse. That's more speculation, but the more I look into this, the more damning it seems that it's likely Dr. Goodnight. Well, that goes for my speculation. Till next time, I'll find out who killed Halcyon Helen and others, while also trying to get a hitman out on me. Till next time.